Hello, Oliver here playing Pummel Prism in Blitz, just testing out the list I made last night, like 10 minutes. Pretty much focuses on Heralds and Pummels. Put 6 Pummels, 6 Blinding Beams, and a bunch of blue and red Heralds. So, just found looking pickup game from the Fab Discord. So, just gonna see how this works out. So this first turn, I draw 2 blues and a Herald, which is nice. So I just play the Ode to Wrath and then play the Erudition turn 1. Opens me up for any arcane damage that he wants to throw at me, but Herald of Erudition on turn 1 would dominate against a class that doesn't really have a lot of armor blocks. Is really good. The problem is there is no problem here. It has Go again from Ode to Wrath, which is nice. I could have played the Ode to Wrath in the reaction step, but just like to drop it down. Yeah, so this deck, since I have like 6 blinding beams, it's just a fun test, but I'm not gonna be playtesting against what I was anticipating. But playing against Kano is also a good good benchmark for Blitz, so I'm not gonna complain. So here he just uses Kano to banish. He chooses to banish it, and then he's gonna play it for free damage. Just a blue Aether Flare, so 2 arcane, nothing to block it with, so take it. Then he blocks with the Fork Lightning. That's pretty good. That's a 1 threat out of the way. Takes 2 damage here, and then loses 1 extra life from Ode to Wrath. I get to draw 2. I have Go again from Ode to Wrath. Don't really get to do anything else, though. So I just make a shield. Prepare for the arcane damage from next turn. Swing with the shield. Arsenal the Pummel. Yeah, since he's a wizard, he can't really deal with my Ode to Wrath that easily, so that thing's gonna be putting in a lot of work this matchup. This next turn I draw all 3 reds. That's not very nice. Pretty much just gonna play it slow and wait till I can get a good pummel turn in. Yeah, so I'm explaining that he takes 1 extra takes 1 extra damage. Sorry, loses 1 extra life. Damage and loss of life is different. Yeah, I run 4 arcane barrier because I run so many blues, so might as well. It does ruin their crucible turn, so they have to pump it up a little bit more, higher than 4, to get full value. I say I run a lot of blues, but then you see my hand, which is 3 reds. Trust me, I run a lot of blues. Even though I'm running Luminaris, I play Ode to Wrath just so I can get the Go again on my attacks. Just in case if I have like a terrible hand and I can't get that Go again through Luminaris. Just like a backup plan. So here he Sonic Booms for 4. Don't really want him getting free damage, so just use the Blinding Beam and Herald of Triumph. Block for 4. I can deal with the long game, I think, because I have that Ode to Wrath. So that should be going for some chip damage while I block most of his attacks. Yeah, just want to take it a little bit slow. Here he banishes, then snapbacks for 1. Might as well just block the 1. no harm in doing so. That snapback should have gone to his hand. Oops. Misplay on both our parts. We didn't catch that. Alright, so here I just swing for 1, effectively 2. Still have the shield up, which is nice. Takes you damage. Last turn. I accidentally don't let him play here, so I need to undraw my cards. Whoops. I'm totally okay with him activating Kano here, because that means he's gonna have a weak turn on his part. On his turn, at least. So here he reverberates me for 4. Pitch, and then block the special shield. Take 2. Then he banishes Aether Spindle, and then he attacks me for 2. And that lets him opt to. Oh. With him having no hand on his turn, that means I'll have a full grip on my turn, which is nice. Especially since I have the Pummel in my arsenal. That also means that if he tries to kill me on my turn, then I'll still have the resources to block. Hopefully, assuming I draw well. And then if he doesn't do anything, then I will have that Pummel and I'll mess with this hand. Alright, then I draw into a Herald of Ravages, which is nice, something in Pummel. And I'll have to go again because of Luminaris. So I can get in for 2 more damage with Ode to Wrath. Alright, so play the Herald of Ravages here for 7. Go again. 2 blocks right here. Just play the Pummel. Using the blinding beam. Mostly because if it doesn't hit for some odd reason, I can always just arsenal the Raging Onslaught. But since it is gonna hit, probably just gain the Prism and then make that Spectral Shield from the Herald of Ravages. Yep. So he plays the Kano, pays in the Kano so he doesn't discard. So he can maybe filter out his top card of his library. Then here we're discussing the Arcane is separate for the Otavast triggers, so he should be losing 2 more life. And then, yeah, we're just gonna look that up really quick just to make sure. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. I mean, that's how I've been playing it. So it's a separate trigger, and then Arcane is separate from physicals. I don't know. All right, now that we're on the same page, we just make that Spectral Shield, get in for 4 more damage. Turn down to 1, and then draw up. Here, I'm a bit of a dick, and then I ask if he wants to do anything on the end of my turn, even though he has no cards. Yeah, that was pretty BM. Don't be like me. All right, so here, just play the Herald of Protection. Mostly still has go again. Gonna use 2 cards, and then if he wants to block it, use 2 cards, and then attack with my auras. Let's see if you can pull off any Kano shenanigans. Pops the hat, looks at the top 2 cards. All right, he leaves 1 on top, so that's something to take note of. Gonna pop his boots. So you can play something at instant speed. He's gonna Voltic Bolt me. Obviously after he uses Crucible. Voltic Bolt for 7. With 1 card left in hand, that's exactly half my life total. So if he does have a Blazing Ether on top, that is GG. So there's no reason for me to not block the whole thing because I have go again anyways. And that Herald of Protection is threatening lethal. So block for as much as I can, which is 4. Take 2 because pops a Spectral Shield. Though the rat can still swing in for 1, which is lethal. And then, yep, just shows me that he does have a Blazing Ether on top. So that's game 1. And actually very close. If I was too confident and I wanted to be greedy by playing the Command and Conquer next, then that was a mistake. Otherwise, I mean, even if he did try to Blazing Ether me, I still have stuff to pitch into. So yeah, overall, pretty good game. Then we'll go on to game 2. Soon, I hope. All right, so here's game 2. Rolled 7. Decided to go first. Mostly because Kano has energy pots. So even if I only run 2 Otarats as my auras, as my instance, so there's no reason for me to try and get more value on turn 2 because it's very unlikely. All right, so here I see Herald of Erudition again. So easy pitch, just 5 dominate, go again. Since he doesn't have enough armor block, they're most likely gonna hit. All right, so he activates Kano. Gonna Crucible, then attack me with Aether Flare for 2 again. Just block it with my remaining resources. Even if since their Herald of Erudition is gonna hit, I'm still gonna draw cards, so. Alright, so he blocks for 2. Takes 3, I get to draw 2. Draw into a blue, which is nice, which means I can play the Herald of Protection for 7, go again. Have 2 floating for the Command and Conquer. Alright, so he blocks for 3, he takes 4. I make a Spectral Shield. That goes my soul. Swing for 1, go again. And then CNC for 6, bring him down to 1. And that's what happens when you get Herald Erudition off and you draw into the nuts. Yeah, just gonna concede and then go on to game 3. Here I'm going first again. Play the Herald of Ravages for 7. He did swap in the Arcanite Skullcap after that last game, so. So here you block 7, and then I get greedy and I just try to get in with a Herald of Protection. There's really no reason for me to do this. Mostly because I know he has the Arcanite Skullcap, so it doesn't really hit. And I have a 4-card hand versus his 4-card hand. I think arsenaling the Herald of Protection and then guaranteeing that I have a blue in hand is probably better. But hopefully he doesn't bite me in the butt later. Alright, so he activates Crucible, comes at me with a Voltaic Bolt for 6. I just opt to block 4 as much as I can. And then probably play the Herald of Ravages next turn. The problem is I'm not really putting enough pressure on him for him to actually uses his whole hand to block, because he still has an Arcanite Skullcap for that 7 breakpoint. So even though it does go again, it doesn't really matter. Blocks with a Blazing Ether for 3. He takes 5. Puts in my soul. Nothing to follow up though, so just draw up. Oh, played too fast. Just in case he wants to do anything. Yeah, not a very aggressive hand again. Drew every color Blinding Beam and then just a 5 attack. Not what I want to be seeing. So here, Aether Spindles for 5. I can only block 4. Don't really have anything else to do with my resources, so. Keeps it on top. Probably a blue card. Swing in for 5. Not too threatening. Unfortunately, no pummels so far, so I can't really try and threaten any more cards out of his hand. Use a Sonic Boom to block. Takes 2. And pass my turn. Don't really have anything else. I'm filling up my soul, but I have nothing to use it. Third of Ether Winds. Probably something big that's gonna come up. Sonic Boom for 6. It's pretty bad. Obviously don't want him to get any more damage off. Eighth of it for 1, had to take it. So I can threaten the with Command and Conquer. Put some pressure on with Command and Conquer, hopefully. Yep, throw it down for 6. And this leaves me wide open to any counterattacks that he has. Alright, so Kano's. Another stir of the 8th win. Second one. Pretty good off the top. Plays it. And then yep. Fork Lightning for 14. And that is lethal. So nothing I could have done there. Yeah, if I still had the Herald of Protection, I don't think it would have done much. Because that pretty much only took what, a blue snapback and a Arcanite Skullcap hit. So it's whatever. It's part of the game. Not enough Pummels to threaten him early on in the game, so I'm gonna go on to game 4. Here, Herald of Ravages for 5. Oh yeah, I won the dice roll, so I'll go first. So here, if he blocks for just enough, I won't have, and I try pummeling him. There's really no point because since he's going second, he's gonna be drawing up anyways. But here he overblocks for 9, which is exactly for a red pummel. So I'm honestly okay with that. Gets a Sonic Boom out of his hand too. Yeah, I'm not sure if I would have pummeled, even if he did block exact, because him discarding that 1 card is just gonna let him redraw it anyways. So I get to keep a blue pummel in my hand for blocking, which is nice. I do have a Herald of Triumph in hand. Hopefully I can get in for some damage next turn with the red pummel. He's gonna Aether Spindle me for 5. Don't really have, I don't want to block for 4 because I don't want to use my Herald of Triumph. So I only opt to block for 3 here. And he's gonna scry 2. That's gonna be his turn, hopefully. Yeah, I would have loved to play the Oterath, but too slow. Plus I need the resources for the pummel. Alright. Keeps one on top. An arsenal. And go to my turn. Alright, so pitch. Attack for 7. Go to 11 with the red pummel. So if he decides to block with his whole hand, that's completely fine with me. Because he has to anticipate whether or not I have the pummel. Alright, blocks for 9. And I will go pummel here. Make him use the rest of his hand. Alright, Kano's in response. Obviously, doesn't want to discard. Takes 2, and then put in the soul. So here, this is where the tempo starts, hopefully. Draw a second Ultra Wrath, but also draw the Herald of Erudition. The problem is he is running Arcanine Skullcap now, so I won't be able to get that in as easily. So I'm debating whether or not I want to play the Ultra Wrath and just take an off turn. Arsenal the Herald of Erudition. But that isn't as aggressive, and I want to keep the tempo up, so here I'm thinking of playing the Raging Onslaught with the Enigma Chimera and then pitching the Ultra Wrath for Prism, making a shield, and then arsenal the Herald of Erudition later. Alright, so I'm going to sequence this wrong initially. Yeah, I need to pitch a yellow, not the Raging Onslaught. I need to pitch a yellow so my shield gets to go again, so I'm going to chip in for 1 damage. Okay, and then play the Raging Onslaught. Alternatively, I guess I could have done play the Herald of Erudition, or play the Enigma Chimera and then Herald of Erudition. But I don't know why I didn't do that. Maybe that would have been a better play. Well, that's what these recordings are for. Maybe I can play better for next time. Alright, so he lost for 6. Taking some cards out of his hand. Then just arsenal and pass turn. Yeah, if I did play the Enigma Chimera, maybe he would be using a Skullcap. But this lets me set up with a 4-card hand or 5-card hand. So here I do have a pretty nice hand with the Command and Conquer and Pummel. But it totally depends on what he's going to be doing. Because I would need to use my whole hand to play that. Problem is, if I play the Herald of Erudition, I won't get to go again. So, yeah, so attacks me with less on lava. Gonna block for 3. so you can arsenal. Probably a pretty good card, but we'll see what it is later. This kind of forces me to play the Herald of Erudition 5, so he is going to be able to block this one pretty easily. But I'll get that pummel in, so that's going to be nice. Sad thing is I won't have that go again. So if I did go with the Enigma Chimera and then Herald of Erudition last turn, I wouldn't have a shield right now. And I would only have a 4-card hand versus his, or sorry, 3-card hand right now. So it would have just been a lowly Command and Conquer and then probably Arsenal on the Pummel. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Alright, so I blocks for 5. Pitch CNC, Pummel. Make him discard 1 card. Draw 2 cards. No go again though, but I can still use Prism as an instant. So pitch Celestial Cataclysm, make that shield. Setting up for building up my defenses, just in case he comes at me with a big turn. Maybe like to block that what's it called? Aether Flares or whatever? No. I forgot. The 0-cost card. So draw into a pretty aggressive hand. With the Herald of Protection in my arsenal. It's going to be a big pummel turn if I can pull it off. Alright, so leaves 1 on top. I'm gonna draw that one. Alright, lead with the 7 go again. If he decides to overblock it, then I'll probably go with the 2nd Herald of Protection, then Arsenal on the Pummel. But depends on how many cards he has left in hand. Alright, so he starts with the Kano. A lot of cards left in hand. Pitches less than a lava. Put 1 resource to play a tome, draws 2 cards. So he's currently net 1 mana. So since he's going to be trying to go off this turn, the max I can do is, the max I want to block with, honestly, is 2 resources. Since I can pummel him if he decides to not block. So I'm effectively at 22 life here, so if I can do 23 damage, then I'm dead. But I can always just decide to block it if I want to. Yeah. Just gonna pop the boots so I can play Aether, 30 Aether Winds. Red. Gonna come out with the Chain Lightning for 6. Just block 2 here, take 2, pop 2 shields. So even if he does have like the that 0 cost and then more deals damage based on how many arcane damage you do, it won't be lethal. It won't be enough. Alright, so I use 2 resources. I pitch my blue to use 2 resources. Kind of telegraphing that I do have a pummel in hand. Alright, so I take 2 damage, pop my 2 shields. Then he gets to play a Tome Ether Wind at instant speed due to Chain Lightning. I'm gonna draw 2 probably. I forgot. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he draws 2. Yeah, drawing 2. More steam for his hand. See what he does with it. Alright, so he activates Kano again. See what he gets. Which is a red, another Tome, or another Chain Lightning for 3. So here I'll take the 3. Not willing to do anything else. Alright, so he plays Gaze the Aegis so he can scry 2. And goes back to his hand at the end of turn. Or not end of turn when it resolves. Keeps both on top. Alright, then he's going to use it to block. It blocks for 4. I play the pummel on top. That is definitely going to hit. Going to take 7 damage. It's going to make a shield, and then I just come with the shield afterwards. For 1 more damage, brings him down to 1. I mean, pretty hard for him to come back from this, I think. Or kill me. He needs to have... He's used both to stir the Aether Winds now. And he doesn't have his boots anymore. Both of his Chain Lightnings, though. That is unless I misplay hard. Which is going to happen in like 10 seconds. Alright, so he passes up. Here I go for the greediest play imaginable. And I make a prism. Or I make a shield. And then I attack with the shield. Knowing that he can play instant speed. And this is not something you should do against Kano. You should just go straight in for the kill, honestly. This was a big mistake on my part. Alright, he banishes a Voltic Bolt. comes at me for 6. So even if I do fully block it, it's gonna pop my Spectral Shield and I don't have my go again. So and then I make play mistake number 2 and I decide to take 1 extra arcane damage for some reason. Because I could have pitched the Raging Onslaught and then Arsenal the Herald of Ravages. Yeah, I am. That was not my greatest play. But this means that you can actually come back somehow. Yeah, so don't try to kill them with Spectral Shields. That's a lesson learned today. Lesson in lava, you could say. Alright, so he pitches Fork Lightning, tunics me, or tunics for a Sonic Boom. Just an easy 3 block here. No need. That's his first Fork Lightning that I've seen, so should be noted for any reason. Come in for Herald of Ravages for 7. Can block for 2 and then use tunic to block for 7. But I forgot what happens here. Oh, activates Kano. Pitches. Play. Oh. I thought I used both his 38th wins. Oh, maybe that was another game. Whoops. Alright, and then he concedes. I guess he didn't have enough damage. I think if he did play so he didn't have the Fork Lightning, but if he did have the Fork Lightning I would have been able to block it, so yeah, still pretty close game. If he just threw his Fork Lightnings, I think on the turn that he did go off, I think I might have died there. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the Prism Blitz, I guess. Even though I personally don't think she's that great in Blitz. Yeah, well, see you guys later. Bye.